Hi there, everyone. I just wanted to give you guys an update on uh, how I'm doing with the Nanoreno. So, before I talked with you guys about making a project called Ink and Lavender, and I ran with that for a little bit, and then I realized that it doesn't really work. And by that, what I mean is even though I do like the story Ink and Lavender, I feel like it is enough substance for a short visual novel. But what I'm wanting is to make a demo in Nanoreno for a longer visual novel. That way it helps get my name out there a little bit and ties interest to this larger visual novel. And it seems a little bit like, even though yes, making Ink and Lavender would be good for like spreading awareness about my existence and stuff, um, it just makes more sense to me to instead focus on making a demo for a bigger game rather than just making what would end up being a free game. Because I feel like Ink and Lavender doesn't quite have enough material to expand at the moment. Maybe at some point in the future. Uh, the way that ideas tend to work, at least for me, is that they cook in the back of my head for uh, years, and then eventually, sometimes it'll be like, oh, that's a great idea. I can like use that, and then it's like ready to be made into a big project. But as for Ink and Lavender, it is not. Right now, it's sort of just a short story thing. So I was like, okay, so what story do I want? Because I do want to take advantage of Nanoreno. I think it's a really cool opportunity and everything. So I was like, well, I was thinking about it and praying about it and stuff, and I was like, well, I have this story that's been in my head for quite a while, and it's a longer one. It has like four love interests, and I feel like I could just work on the demo for that. So that is what I have been doing, and I've already written 10,000 words for it, and I feel like it easily has enough substance to become a bigger story later because, um, like, it's been cooking in the back of my mind for quite some time at this point. Um, Whereas Ink and Lavender, basically, I only really had the initial concept down, but this is like there are four characters. Each of them has like their own like backstory. The world has some world building to it. Uh, I like it. So I've been working on that. The demo is already written already. Um, and this project is called The Warm Tree. And it has some similarities with The Silent Column because this is just a little factoid for you guys. But while The Warm Tree is its own visual novel, like it very clearly is its own thing. Um, it does share some themes and broad strokes that the Silent Column also had, and the reason for that is that I sort of conceptualized the idea of the Warm Tree when I was thinking to myself, the Silent Column is so big and has so many ideas. This is way before the Silent Column was done. I was like trying to get a handle on it. It was like a really big concept. I had a bunch of characters and world building and everything. And I was basically like, okay, what if I like basically took something similar to the Silent Column, like similar themes, and kind of simplified the whole thing while still like allowing for texture and stuff. So, um, so yeah, it actually has some similarities with the Silent Column, which is kind of interesting. You've got a big tree in the middle of a body of water as opposed to an island with an invisible pillar on it. Check. You've got um, several characters who may or may not be immortal. Check. You've got a character who may or may not be a ghost. Check. You've got one of the immortal characters feeling guilty about something that, technically speaking, she didn't actually do, but it's close enough that she feels guilty about it. Check. You've got one of the characters who may or may not be immortal lives near the beach for her own reasons. Check. You've got an area surrounding the main city that is surrounded by constant blizzard. Check. It's actually quite interesting to like see all the little things that you can check off, but there are loads of differences. Like, I mean, I can't really get into the differences without spoiling so much, but like, for example, the character doesn't live with a sister. Um, there isn't an invisible pillar that holds up the sun. There aren't any man-eating monsters out in the dark, in the blizzard. Um, the main character goes to school, just to name a few. But anyway, and of course the characters are all unique and not copy pasted, but they play kind of similar roles, and it's sort of fun to like be like, oh, that's sort of interesting how it is kind of similar. But yeah, so I'm working on the warm tree, and here's the schedule for it. I've been showing you the schedule this whole time, probably. Um, and so far I'm on schedule, and I think this will make an interesting project and an interesting demo to share with you guys, and make an interesting, bigger game, too. Uh, so yeah, I guess I just wanted to share that. So I'm not working on Ink and Lavender anymore. Even though I do like the story, it's just too short, is the thing. Okay, so you know what that sound means. My furnace turned on. Well, good timing anyway. I'm done recording. So please enjoy Nanoreno while it lasts, you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. And I do hope that you enjoy this project at the end of March when it's released. The demo, that is. Okay, you guys, take care.